Hey everyone, today we're going to learn how to create a quick animated GIF or GIF, I've heard it both ways, inside of Camtasia, export it out as a GIF, and then import it into something like Articulate Storyline. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back. If you haven't checked out my website already, go ahead and check out my website at learningdojo.ninja. Here you can check out all previous blog posts with different tips and tricks on Camtasia, Articulate Storyline, and more. You can also check out templates and download Articulate Storyline templates and XAPI templates. And then also check out full courses from A to Z, Articulate Storyline 360, Adobe Captivate, XAPI Fundamentals, Articulate Rise, Custom Score, and HTML5 video. Now, I've often wondered why we don't use Camtasia to create more GIFs as well. It is a capability inside of Camtasia that can easily be done and then imported into other tools. Now, this is typically if you're creating something like, let's say like an example file or folder or like a help doc or something like that, and you want to show somebody logging in or clicking something or showing that without having to create an entire video. This is why you would want to do something like that. So I created a simple recording of me just searching for an image inside of Google and then filtering out that. So let's go ahead and go into Camtasia here, and I'm going to pull up my project here. And you can see right here is my project of me searching for it and then using the filters and more. Now I'm going to edit out this part right here just by holding down the command button. Because I'm on a Mac, I can kind of make this as short as possible. With an animated GIF, you want to make it as short as possible because that will reduce the file size. So any space, any pauses or anything like that that you can do, that will help when you produce this, and so it'll make it a lot smaller. I'm going to go ahead, and this really isn't that long. I think it's just 24 seconds, but let's just go ahead and just change this and get to that point. Cut out any unnecessary things that we can. So this kind of loading, we can cut that out until I start moving again, cut that out, and so forth. So we're down to 18 seconds again, probably not ideal. I probably want to have this as quick as possible, or even like shorten it to one step at a time, and then in my help doc do click this, do this, and so forth. But let's go ahead and stick with this for now, just so we know the concept here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on File, and then we're going to click on Export. Now, inside of Export, you can click on Local File here. And when you click on Local File, you have a couple different options. Now, this is typically where you'll export to the MP4 file, which is the video file. But if you select this drop-down box, there's this Export to Animated GIF. Now, this Export to Animated GIF does have some options. So if you click on Options, it says Frame Rate, Automatic, and then also Dimensions, which is the project dimensions, but you can change the dimensions here as well. And then how many times does this loop as well? Right now I have it selected as infinite, so it will go over and over. But if you don't want it to be that annoying, you can select like 3 or so forth. And then enable dithering, which I'm not sure what that is, but it might help with the file size. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to export this out to my desktop here. Let's call this fish here, because I'm searching for a fish, and then it's going to export out this GIF. Now, depending on the size, this will take a little bit. It does take a little bit longer to do these GIFs because it has a lot more to process here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and minimize this, and then over on the right-hand side is where I'll see my GIF here. And I'm gonna pull up Articulate Storyline, and we're going to insert this GIF inside of here. The way that I do that is by going into the media and clicking on this image here. And then I go find it on my desktop, and you can see right here, there's that fish. So this has exported out. If I preview that, you can see that it will type in, and it's an animated GIF at this point. You can see it's kind of slow, so I probably want to play with the settings a little bit, or maybe I was just typing slow. But I'm going to double click on it, and then there we go. There is my animated GIF. And so now I can resize this and kind of place some text on the side or something like that. And it doesn't preview inside of Storyline until I go into the preview mode. Once I go into the preview mode, then it will preview, or it'll show the animation here. All right, so we're here and it's previewing that image. It's not a video file, it's an image file that's a GIF. And so that's what I was talking about before. If you want to have some animated motion inside of here without it being like a full video, then do a GIF here. Now, just for comparison, I'm going to go ahead and check the file size here. And you can see the file size is 7 megabytes. I'm going to export this out, and I want to see what the video file is going to be. So I'm going to change this over to an MP4 and click on export. All right, it's done exporting. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to check the file size for this, and you can see it's 9 megabytes. So it saves me a little bit, not too much, but the idea with GIFs is you want to keep it as small as possible. So I'd want to cut this down into one step at a time and then export it out. Now, because it's a GIF though, I can easily insert it inside of a PDF, or I can put it inside of a PowerPoint and have that kind of display. Anything that will play or display GIFs, this will run in. So sometimes it's a little bit more flexible depending on the tool that you use. So that's why I wanted to show you this and the option to export out this GIF and to use Camtasia as something to create animated GIFs. Again, if you haven't checked out my website, go ahead and check out my website at learningdojo.ninja. Here you can check out all previous blog posts, templates on Articulate Storyline 360 and XAPI, and then full courses on Articulate Storyline 360, Adobe Captivate, XAPI Fundamentals, Articulate Rise, Custom Score, and HTML5 video. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and go to YouTube, subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and then also hit the bell notification so you get notified of all future videos as they come out. That really helps out my channel, and thanks everyone. I'll see you next time.